the idea that the railways weren't run properly 30 years ago and that you couldn't nationalise them now and have a better stab at it is for the birds, because, quite frankly, it doesn't run very well now. But also, in my view, privatisation of utilities is a scam. It is literally set up so that you are transferring wealth from struggling households and workers into the pockets of shareholders. And I don't believe that individuals should be profiting out of things that should just be running well for us. And the fact that if you are a shareholder at Thames Water, for every hour of sewage that is pumped into our water, you're earning 230 quid. That is disgusting. When a reservoir hasn't been built since 1989. Privatisation has seen the increase of billionaires, people getting £1 million bonuses for what? And the fact also that every time we are creating in this country, you need to think about the transfer of wealth. I'm not saying particularly, but we have got more billionaires than we ever had, more multi-millionaires. And why is that? It is privatisation partly is to blame. And every time you pay your water bill, 28% of it is to pay for their debt.
Who are you thinking of who's a billionaire?
Okay,
runs a private company.
So that's the only thing that you can pick out.
No, I can pick out. No, I'm just asking you.
I'm just sort of talking about
so
society.
You're talking generally.
In general, yes, and about how we've got a record level. So that's probably not connected. Correct.
All right. The alternative.
But if you think...
Can I just say what the alternative is? Yeah, they shouldn't be trousering it, and it's an imperfect system. But the alternative is you have the National Health, and all we're doing is plundering fortunes down a black hole, which is unaccountable. It's so inefficient. People are now waiting longer than they've ever done at any stage for cancer treatment.
Yes, it's absolutely disgraceful.
But that's run by the state. But that's run by the state.
Specifically the Tory government, who don't believe in it because you can't make profit out of the NHS.
The Tory government have put more money. They've invested more money in the NHS than any other government.
No, they haven't. That's an absolute lie. Go and fact check it, because they include within that the money that they've given to their cronies, the money that was handed out to people like Michelle Mone. They've actually included that in the numbers. 65 million quid she made out of faulty PPE. So do not tell me that. Talk to people who work in the NHS, who are still fantastic, and many people are still getting great treatment. It's just that the waiting lists are out of hand. They weren't in 2010, and we've hemorrhaged doctors.
Look, it's not just the waiting list. You've got no doctors. You've got doctors on strike all the time. You've got consultants on strike. You've got a lack of equipment. You've got appalling wait. The system is broken.
The idea that you could go private and solve that.
No, the point I'm making is you're just piling loads of money into a bottomless pit. So either it goes to the shareholders or it goes down a big black hole.
It isn't.
So that's the choice.
Health should be a very big part of public spending. And as everybody keeps saying, we've got a large population. And so therefore you've got a bigger working population. So we can afford to have a well-funded NHS if it is put into the NHS and not trousered. And the fact that they're paying private nurses to come in because they've got such a shortage of nurses and doctors, and they're being paid like 4 times the amount.